Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome to. Uh, this is a special stream. Uh, I just want to highlight. It is not going to be long, but I want to highlight something here. Something that I see. I'm seeing now. Okay, is man. I consider this inventory. We when we close the morning stream, I had talk about how short the inventory was, and because the market was going higher, right? Check the daily. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I am itching to take a short here, man. But I want to take that short in Nasdaq. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. No. This is the thing, right? Sometimes we got just too anxious, man, and I start doing things before it happens. I close the stream with the expression sometimes better to be a little bit late than too early, and close a little bit early than too late. I have something like that. In Nasdaq in particular, it was my Nasdaq was my the market I was watching. Look at what we have in the Dow here. It's come back at this high here. Same goes for Russell. Nasdaq and ES are the ones that are holding, which, in my opinion, increases the odds that we may see some rotation here. And why some rotation? Because there is no facing a news like the one we have tomorrow, not necessarily facing the news with only one direction, with the information in one direction, is has less probability to happen, because there is always two things that usually are in the table when we have something like that. What I'm seeing in Nasdaq, for example, let's see if I can make this bigger here. I don't care about this anymore. But notice how the high was really bad. Now we have excess on the high, but this little thing here, right? This little high here, this is giving us an all-time high made in the overnight. Only one thing, only one little thing up there. Same goes for the ES. Now, what happened now? What I am observing is, look at where L low is. Let's see if I can highlight this. Okay, I can look at this exactly how back. K, J, I, right? Even this one here, right? The only one that was corrected actually was the trade that I took here was this one. Before this happened, I took that trade here in this period, aiming for the market to take this high. Kind of like took profits around this area here, right? But my play was this high, right? My play was the market. After the market closed this distribution, there was a back and forth here. I noticed when the market was doing this, I noticed cut. I checked the high, checked the low. The low wasn't taken for maybe a couple ticks, right? Just a couple ticks, and there was weakness here and here. And when the market is pointing one direction, in this case we have a trend to the upside, right? The weakness that we see in the upper side when the market is going lower usually is corrected first before the weakness that we can see going in the direction the market is going, which in this case are these ones, right? And the events, the type of events that we have, like the one we have tomorrow, those ones can be used to repair these ones, right? But seen by the overall market, by the overall community of traders as an opportunity, right? In this case, there's a lot of short-term trading, but it's an opportunity to get in the market as well. I wonder if that is the case, or that can be the case now, based on the news that we are receiving, because the potential here to the downside is just so much, man, huge here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times the market was bought from very, very mechanical levels. And the same thing goes to the ES, right? We are seeing I here, to the tick, J. Actually, this is something here. I have highlighted J too, but if I split this day in two on E, I want to split this one on E. What happened here? Where is he? Where is he now? Has Spanish. Oh, okay. Let's split this in E. Alright, we can see there's a little distribution here. Right? This value here, the little distribution here. The thing also, okay, mesh profile, come on. Alright, this little one here, let me put another ellipse here just to highlight this. This area here can be key. Either today or tomorrow, or something to see or to watch for the overnight session. Notice where value is. Value is building below this high, but it is above this accumulation. Here we have some range, some sideways trading here at this level, at the previous all-time high. And values accumulating higher, which to me signals acceptance of higher prices. But that's one thing, right? An overall view or a general view or a view with perspective is one thing, and what can I do relative to that in the short term, it is another thing. And I am that kind of trader, right? My business revolves around short-term trading, getting too short, getting too long, and the rebalancing that happens with those inventories. This is value, where value was early, before this downside here. I just want to check that. Can you see what happened to value? Value has moved lower, right? Not relative to yesterday, because yesterday we have a trending day. We have a trending day. And let me move this because I want to show how this value fits in this daily charts. If you check value, you check this level 6660, right? This is around this area here. Yeah. Oh, as a matter of fact, is this 10%? Is this 10%? No way. Is it? $67.80. 61.63.75. Look at that. 10%, but I missed this. Gosh. God. Isn't that funny? I love this business, man. I really, this couldn't be more exact. 10%. This is 10% advance the market has had. From last year high. Come on, man. Come on, man. No, really? It is just, boy, I miss this, man. I really miss this. Now, I am, how much? Like 7 hours late. 7 hours late. I am 7 hours late to this trade here. This was the short here. Exactly. This high is 10%. Okay, but that's something I have. This is the thing, homework, right? When you start doing your homework, you start noticing things, right? For example, the thing that I have discovered here right now, from 9 a.m. in the morning or 9:30 to 3:30, how many hours have passed, right? 15, like 6 hours, something like that. So I am 6 hours late. The idea is to realize about these things in real time. Right, what's happening. It is really hard when you start noticing these things. For example, when you start to having a grasp of what the market might be doing. First, if we don't do this before the first time, happens just like happened now, right? Very mechanical references, 10% to the tick, right? 10.0% is very weird, very rare, right? But it's not lost for machines. It's not lost for traders. But what type of traders is the question, and that's not only. It's not the only one. As the day develops, we start to see another things, right? Sometimes, and there is a point in the process, in the learning process, that when you start to realize, oh, come on, man, this happens 30 minutes ago. This is happening now. Is the goal. When we see things like, okay, this is happening now here, or yesterday, or what can be happening now here? So we're going even one step further, right? Based on the information that we may have. Not a speculation just because the market is too high and the market has to break. Not just that, but based on information we have obtained from observation. Look at this high, man. Look at this one. This is just terrible here. This market can come, man. the risk here actually is not that high. If I have bigger positioning here, let's check this. Reward risk. This could be the stop here. If M is taken, this could be the entry. And look at that, man. The potential for this trade. Again, this high can be used as a support. The potential for this break is, look at the risk here, and look at the reward. How much is that? Maybe 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 or 10 to 1. That's how I measure risk. I don't measure risk. I'm not going to go short here, for example, and put my stop at 2 points or 5 points just because. That's not how I assume risk, how I understand risk. If that doesn't happen, if this break doesn't happen today, there might be some push in the overnight and this market holding here in this area. Right? Maybe trying to break, but holding a level in the same way. In the same way how this has happened. For example, I'm using Nasdaq because this is more obvious here, right? There was this level here. We had talked about using the same dynamics. We have used these observations for Nasdaq, for the Dow and Russell today. Russell, I never traded. I have never traded Russell. I don't. It's too thin, but it worked today in the Dow. Right? Now we were aiming to this area. That's the ultimate destination. But that's also, that's also being waiting for this market to come down here to do something to the upside. It's being too exact, right? And exactness kills. Right? This low has been taken for a few ticks, and now out we go again, right? And again, this high is now play, and this one, the previous high, I guess this comes from the previous day here. This is support, or whatever may happen here, if it happens. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Right? Look at what's happening. It's not happening. It's just not happening. Or at least it's not happening now. Just check these things here. This one. This one, and what is happening now, right? Uh-oh. What happened here? This one here, which includes the current period here. Volume has decreased significantly. There was a significant decrease in volume as there was volume, some similar volume to yesterday here, but as it got here, it started to decrease, and what followed after that is even lower. I want to see, man, if this market can come to this area here. This seems to be a pretty decent area to try something. Oh, and this reference, this big arrow that I have here, it was highlighting the weakness that this market has when it was going lower, and probably and being, increasingly probably the market could retrace at least to this area, to this level, to to repair this kind of selling that was coming from there. All right. Let's see if the ES has date something here. Let's see if Nasdaq follows. He's having hard times to do it. All right. Let's see if it can come down to here. It may try a couple times before doing it. This is the stop up here. And this is a correction of these longs, right? That no, I don't think that anybody will want to face that number just being. But if this low is not takeable, that's a 100. That's a good area to take profits. Okay, that's 100 right there. Let's see what the market does around that number. If there's some virulent retracement from that number, I think that would be it. Let's see if it comes back again. It looks like that was it. Is re-entering this area here. Re-entering this range, targets this high. Let's see this market makes a stand here in this range and continues lower. No, it must, and this is something that happens all the time, right? This can be a fake out. The market may try to challenge this again, and once the market gets higher or closer to this high, down we go again. Now this one has been corrected. This one as well, right? And that can be it. It just didn't have continuation here. I didn't have. I pretty much just crashed this trade. It came back to my stop. I could have closed here for maybe 10 or 20 points, something like that, but the potential was huge here. All right? The potential was huge here. I am still looking to the downside, man. Some sort of rebalancing here. I want to see if the market can take this high to try again. Okay, here we go again. Now, let me